Good evening, everybody. I am Shelly B, a conservative Black sister surviving in a hot mess world. And tonight's hot mess is why did the feds have to come and rescue DC from the high crime rates when Democrats are saying that there is no crime in their woke cities? But before we get to that, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I would greatly appreciate it if you would do so. Help this algorithm. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, do whatever you can. You know the routine. Okay, so tonight I had to just come on here with this because I just can't even believe that Democrats are still out there saying that there's no crime. These people, I'm telling you, they are just, they're insufferable at this point. The gaslighting that they do is just unbelievable. How are they going to say that these woke sanctuary cities where they're not tough on crime and people are looting everywhere, that it's not that bad? There's no crime. Like, do they think that people are crazy? And why I'm living for Donald Trump deciding to send the feds in there to rescue the people there, because most of the people that suffer with these woke cities and this crime is Black people. Black people. Because I don't even call Black people minorities, because we are not the minority anywhere on earth. Brown people are the global majority. Okay, let's start there. If you look at the world and you look around the world, brown people are the global majority. That is another hoodwink that they try to throw on you, and I guarantee Democrats probably made that up. Okay, so listen, if you live in any major city in the United States, you know that the crime is different. It just went up. I feel like we're back in the 80s in the crack era again. It's crazy. It is really crazy. And the Black people that live in these cities like DC, Chicago, New York, they're saying, we are happy. Help us. We don't want these people here either. Black people hate ninjas too. Okay. If you don't know what a YN, look it up, because those are the people that are causing the problem. Do not group these people. I call them demons because I feel like they are just demon possessed, and they need to be cast out. Like, you cast out, these are demons that need to be cast out of the community, because we don't want them either. You understand? Black people have to live with these crazy ass people, and the people are happy. They've been asking for relief from these people. Okay? And it took Donald Trump to get in office to try to clean up these cities. I don't understand why Democrats would make policies like this. It's like, and I really believe it's by design. Like, they want these cities to fail and collapse so they could come back and, offer a solution to the problem and enslave everybody. To me, Democrats already have a 17% approval rating. But the fact that there are still people that side with this, they had to go in there and, clean up California. It's too much. It's too much. And the sad thing is that the people that pay the taxes and pay for all of this have to live with these people. It's crazy. It's just beyond freaking crazy that anybody would want to have these people control anything. It just makes absolutely no sense at this point. And I don't understand what is wrong with people. What is wrong with people? It's like just the craziest thing I have ever seen in my entire life, that people are still riding with these people. I don't get it. I don't get it. Black people know that there's a problem. Okay? These YNs, these diabolical demons in the community are running amok. We know who's doing all the smash and grabs. It's Black people. Okay? Illegals. All of the people that Democrats allow to run amok. I don't understand this. I don't understand this. I don't understand it. It's like, who wants to defend people that are doing this to the community? Okay, just listen to this. Just listen to this.
Through DC, and some of these neighborhoods were not ready.
I don't listen. Why? My car's on though. Hold on, bro.
He says his car's running.
None of that. My car's on. I was about to leave. He said I could leave. All that.
Oh,
Listen, all that security.
And Democrats are always going to run it like, oh, now they coming for black people. Now they coming for black. No, they're coming for YN, ninjas, hood rats, all of the people that's destroying the community and keeping it from where regular, everyday, working, law-abiding citizens, they can't live in peace with these people. Okay? You can't live in peace with these people. They shooting up the block. They looting all the stores. There's no stores in the hood because nobody wants to put a store there because these YNs going to come in there and loot it and steal everything. It's crazy. Black people are freaking happy that they are coming to be rescued. The cavalry is coming for y'all. It's coming.
Big go ahead, bro. Y'all niggas think y'all can do whatever y'all want. I don't give a about that, bitch. I'm a personal trainer.
These criminals are out of control.
What they took. Instead, they just trashed the place, as this video obtained by our news partner WTOP shows.
You want a store in a neighborhood where you have people like this coming in there every week? Come on. Black people are happy that they're coming for these people. Don't make it just like they try to make it seem like they're coming for righteous illegals. These are not righteous black people. These are demon possessed. I don't know what you call it. There's no excuse for the behavior. Get them off the streets.
We asked the couple what they think of President Trump's plan to federalize
stores
city
get
police
raided
and deploy more officers and the National Guard.
I'm telling Trump, yeah, just send the boys to been around.
Wow.
Because
In California, they bulldoze all those homeless camps. And something has to be done. Like they said, you have to go into a shelter, go, get treated for mental illness, drug, whatever it is. This has to help. It can't stay like this. The problem is just getting worse and worse and worse. Something has to be done. You can't ignore all these people. And then the people that are paying the taxes have to live with this. It's not fair.
it's crazy. And then you see Dollar Tree closing, but CVS closed down, 7-Eleven closed down. We trying to put a store in your community, then you do this.
Okay, and then you wonder why the hood is a food desert, because you have these ninjas and hood rats that come in the store and steal everything, accost the workers, beat up the workers, stick them up with guns, whatever. Nobody wants to have a business in a neighborhood. You got to get these people up out of there so people can live in peace. It's terrible. There's no stores for the people that live there to shop. Most of the people are law-abiding, tax-paying people, and they have to go through this shit here.
This is the CVS she mentioned that closed. At the next closest one on H Street, you can't even so much as buy a $2 bottle of soda
the products are in jail.
Employee to unlock the display case.
And then it makes you not want to even shop in a store like that because you have to go through too much to even get the products. I went into Walmart one time and I had to ring a bell and wait 10 minutes for somebody to come and let me in again. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because you have people that don't have any respect for the community. They're too dumb to realize if they loot the stores, they're going to close down. They're there to make money. And the people of the community need that CVS. They need those drugstores. They need the Walmart. They need the Dollar Tree and the supermarkets. And these handful of people are making it look bad for Black folks. As usual, they got to go.
The city keeps saying crime is down, but do you feel safe?
No, I don't think so. Crime is down. Crime is up.
In DC? Who told that lie?
These neighbors aren't stupid. They know what's going on here. But
Yes,
take
they
a
do.
look at how one activist assaulted officers the other day.
Accused of attacking a federal officer with a foot-long Subway
foot-long.
sandwich, similar to this one right here at 14th and U this past
Oh, that was
weekend.
floppy. It looks like a meatball
And it's
sub.
all caught on camera.
And then what kills me is that you have certain Black people, usually liberals, that are saying, oh, the system is so messed up against us. How is it if you have derelicts like this, demons run the streets, terrorizing the neighborhood, making it where you can't have no stores and stuff? Who's responsible for that? If you're suffering in your community, it's probably because of people like that. It's probably because the Democrats that funded the police in your town, or that the police cannot do their job and they don't want to do their job because they don't want to risk, getting locked up or injured out in the street. So people don't want to even be police officers. Thank the criminals in your neighborhood and thank the Democratic woke leaders that run your city.
You see these fascists right here?
Fascists?
You!
Take a look at this cell phone video from late Sunday night. 37-year-old Sean Dunn, shown in the pink shirt and shorts, allegedly yelling at federal officers on 14th Street in D.C.
Now, we know we don't even have to ask that he's a liberal Democrat. They talk about civil war. They're going to be the ones that start the civil war like they did the last time. These people are crazy. Who wants to live with people like that? I just keep saying you can't even share the planet with these people. They are doing way too much.
Y'all laughing, but that's the truth.
Moments later, video appearing to show him crossing the street, screaming just inches from a U.S. Customs and Border Protection officer's face.
Let's go get him,
brother. And then appearing to hit the officer in the chest with a foot-long Subway sandwich. Officers immediately chasing Dunn in the street and eventually catch and arrest him. These federal officers are assisting D.C. police after President Trump placed MPD under federal control.
This is ridiculous.
Now, do you think that this would be happening if it wasn't for these woke policies that keep the police from, doing their job? Because they wouldn't even try to do that if they knew the cops would tackle them down and beat their ass to lock them up. Okay? This is crazy. Who wants to live like this? You guys want to have more years of this mess? It's too crazy. And y'all understand why people voted against Democrats and why they have a 17% approval rating? Is because people don't want to live like this. This is crazy. I don't understand how anybody wants this.
D.C. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro announcing the arrest.
And then he took a Subway sandwich about this big and took it and threw it at the officer. He thought it was funny.
The poor sandwich.
Well, he doesn't think it's funny today because we charged him with a felony. Assault on a police officer.
With a sandwich.
And we're going to back the police to the hilt.
According to the criminal complaint, Dunn allegedly told police, "I did it."
Can you imagine getting a felony for that? These people are unhinged and they think they got it like that.
Threw a sandwich.
And he admitted
it. Reacting to the arrest.
It's disrespectful for the police officers.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Like
No, I don't like that.
Nobody likes that.
I'm disgusted.
That's right.
With the
Why?
Because he's an officer.
That's
he
right.
Didn't get hurt. There's no.
Soon as one of these YNs bust you in your head and rob you or carjack you, or you get hit in a crossfire or shooting, then you're going to wonder where the police are. You're going to wonder where the police are when you're getting stuck up or your house is getting invaded and you call the police and they take 45 minutes to get there. You can thank Democrats for defunding the police in your city. Or making it where the job is so unappealing that nobody wants to be a police officer. Make it make sense why anybody will want these policies where they live at, where they work and pay taxes out the ass to live.
Reason to get a felony because
oh my gosh,
wearing a uniform.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that people with real world experience are the ones in favor of this crime crackdown.
Get off our streets! Get off our streets!
Look who they are. Look who they are. These are the people. These are your people that don't want the police to police the neighborhood and get the wild ass derelicts and demons off the streets. And you want to ask me why I don't want to align with these people? Are y'all serious?
More
Look at
breaking
these
news
people.
back in the district. New video into the Fox 5 newsroom tonight showing increasing tensions between D.C. residents and federal officers now patrolling the streets.
And what's hilarious is you got a bunch of white people there hollering about keeping the police out. And the black people are like, let them come and get these people up out of here. We don't want to live with them. Just like Chris Ross said, there's black people and there's ninjas, and the ninjas have got to go. Don't group black people with these demons, because most black people are law-abiding citizens that work and pay taxes right where everybody else. And you have these wild derelicts with no home training, no parenting or whatever. God only knows who raised these kids, what kind of people they must be. And you want to group them with people like me and don't understand why I don't want to align with people that want this?
Trump's D.C. takeover.
Why are these people mad? Look at their city.
There's a group of about 5 tents on one side and 5 on the other. And people camped here around Washington Circle tell me they got notices to vacate on the 29th. Now, take a look at some of these.
Who wants to live like that? That's crazy. It wasn't always like that. How did it get like that? If Democrats are running the city so good, it wasn't like that before. Come on. You want somebody in a tent pooping in front of your house and all of that? Come on. Y'all crazy. This is too much.
Other encampments that we've talked about, especially near the I-66 ramp in Foggy Bottom and Rock Creek Parkway.
They're getting evicted.
On the way to the Kennedy Center. Now, these have been cleared.
They done took over the park. You can't even take your kids. Your kids can't play. You can't do nothing because there's a bunch of homeless people and drug addicts living in the park. Mentally ill people walking all around the park. They do need somewhere. They do need to be somewhere getting treatment. Something. It can't be like this. It's just going to be worse and get more overrun. You want to live like that? I don't. When you're paying taxes.
In the past, but people tend to always kind of come back. The White House says people living in the camps will face fines or jail time if they don't move or enter treatment. The city has been engaged with unhoused residents prior to camp clearing. We spoke to some living here and those who know them.
If you're not helping, then don't hurt.
Yeah, that never works.
If you're not trying to give people apartments or help their situation out even better, but sending them to a shelter.
Okay, can I ask, who helps us? Because I know during COVID, when I needed money, I couldn't get a dime. Even though I worked and paid taxes my whole life. But people that don't do shit for their whole life get all of the benefits. It ain't right. It's not right. It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says or how anybody feels about it. It's not right.
Throwing all their stuff away or given an option of going to jail, I just think it's evil.
You know what's really evil? Letting somebody live in a park exposed to the elements, thinking that's their best option in life.
This is shaping up to be a pretty difficult week for people who are struggling with housing in our nation's capital. What you're seeing right behind me is a
look at this. They leveled it.
Pulling away personal belongings of this encampment. There are tables in there. There are appliances in there.
Appliances?
Now they're going to make it seem like they just came and bulldozed them. They come and they put signs on all of the tents. You got to go. You got to go. But Democrats are always going to make it seem like, you know, it's not some type of due process happening and, oh, they're being treated terribly and, oh, woo, 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 they're, you know, these people are innocent and bad. Come on. Most of these people mentally ill or they're on drugs or they're just, they don't want to work and they just are derelicts. You understand? So if you're homeless, you need to go into a shelter. You need to try to get your life together, get off drugs, whatever. I mean, they need assistance. They need help. They're going to give it to them. You know, I mean, a lot of people, they don't want to go into a shelter because they want to keep using drugs. They don't want treatment. They don't want it. Now they're being forced because it's just getting overrun. Who wants to pay an asshole full of taxes and live like that? Live next. I'm sorry. That's why I got out of New York, because I love my community. And then over COVID, it just started going down and down and down and down, and crime and shootings when it wasn't like that before. It was time to go. I watched it deteriorate. And I'm sure the people that live there watch deteriorate, and they can't just up and leave. They're stuck there with these people. It's not right.
A bed that looks
That's a fire hazard.
A gas-powered heater in there. We are
gas
just steps
heater
away from
in the
Kennedy
forest.
Center.
A gas
and,
heater.
you know, while it isn't out of the ordinary for local DC government officials to clean up certain encampment areas, you know, I think it goes without saying that
that's a beautiful park that taxpayers pay for, that they would love to use, but you can't go. You can't take your kids. Your kids can't go there and ride their bike unsupervised. You know, it's not. They took over it. How is that fair to taxpayers?
President Trump has made it clear with his rhetoric lately.
Yeah. Look, that's an e-bike right there. You know how many fire hazards are out there in this park? If they don't get rid of this place, the whole Capitol could burn to the ground.
Homelessness across DC on federal land or on city land taken care of. Going so far to say
everyone should want that.
People who are homeless should be sent far away from the Capitol. Let me show you guys where we are right now. This is
tent.
Land
tent is
very close to the Lincoln Memorial.
There was a tent
right
here
across
that's
the street
gone.
is the Institute of Peace. And what you're looking at are
look, no grass grew here.
I mean, not for nothing. If people want to live like that, they need to send them to some of them ghost cities and let them live there. You know, it's not fair for taxpayers that, you know, are paying so much taxes that they can't enjoy the community, because you got criminals and you got, you know, homeless people and crazy people all over the place, and you can't even go to the park with your kids. Or it just doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem fair. They need to find a solution to this, because it's just gotten so out of hand.
All summer. That's how long that tent was there. It's probably been there for years.
Tents were this morning. Many of them have been packed up.
Look at
One of the reasons why they're being packed up is because
forever.
last night at around 10 o'clock
A yoga mat.
a lot of these tents were posted. A flyer was posted to these tents.
That's crazy.
Eviction
alerting
notices.
the people who live here, some of them who have lived here for several months.
Several months. Wonderful.
They have to go. And that everything is going to be cleared at 10 o'clock today. And you can see that is slowly happening. I will say people have been voluntarily packing up and cleaning, but I want to show you what has been going up on some of the tents at these homeless encampments around the city. So this is a scheduled encampment cleanup.
So see, the next time the Democrats tell you that they just come and bulldoze, they let you know that they're coming and that you to leave. And what your options are and to leave. That's the due process right there. That's, you know, you can't just go in a park and just set up a camp and have hundreds of people living in a park that taxpayers pay for. Just to me, this is just so ridiculous that people are fighting for this. One would really have to ask you, what is wrong with the minds of people that want this? They want this to continue.
Which include.
How is this inhumane? People have been given notice that the law will now be enforced. That's what this is. It's already illegal to live in a tent with a whole bunch of fire hazards surrounding you in a public park. All this says is, hey, guess what, guys? Law and order's back. And they're offering to help people.
Position and the site closure. So people were warned, not with a lot of time, that they have to pack up their belongings and move. And
this has been illegal the whole time
DC
people have
government
been here.
officials and the White House that shelters will be offered, mental health services will be offered, services will be offered. I shot some video a couple moments ago, again, showing people
that's what we're all
slowly
told people
and voluntarily
need, and they're getting
leaving
it.
this area. And it's a striking scene, you know, to see people packing up their belongings in shopping carts. And we were able to speak to one gentleman, David, who's 67 years old. He's lived at this spot for the past 7 to 8 months. And I just asked him, how do you feel about the president's comments, you know, ramping up his rhetoric, targeting
wonder
folks
how this
who are
is gonna
homeless?
go.
Here's what he said. Take a listen.
I look at it as anti-Christian.
Anti-Christian.
I remember the passage of, as you have done unto the least of these, you have done unto.
And it also says, God bless the child that has his own, and all kinds of things like that. Don't be sloth and get up and do your fair share for yourself and humanity, okay? It says that too.
To me.
Oh my goodness.
And the idea that
don't use Jesus as an excuse to break the law
and persecuting us.
What about when the Bible says obey the government?
How are you being persecuted when you just set up shop in a city park and then they decide they don't want you there anymore? That's not persecution. You were doing the wrong thing from the beginning. Get your life in order. This man is old. Get your life together.
What about that? They love Jesus when it's time to demonize others. I love how that works.
Who came out today, like this woman holding a sign saying being unhoused is not a crime. Some people have signs with scripture from the Bible. And I will say, although this encampment only had about a dozen or so.
Washington, D.C. hasn't been to church in decades.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. Most of these people are heathens and they don't believe in anything. You understand? They hate Christians. Most liberals, they complain about, you know, conservative values and stuff like that. And they complain about Christianity and Islam and any religion that exists. But then when it's convenient, now they want to call on religion to gaslight and make people have sympathy for them. Get it together. Get it together. What's wrong with getting it together? What's wrong with getting it together, getting off drugs, get your mental health together, you know, do what you got to do. Most people don't want to live in a shelter or in a tent, so they work. You understand? Sometimes they might even have to work together with others and have roommates and do what they have to do to stay off the street. Stop it.
And now these people come out and they think this is their way to turn the tide of public opinion.
The turnout here has been well into the dozens. I mean, dozens of people from local nonprofits, from local church groups coming to assist in any way they can as folks who are struggling with housing in DC slowly pack up. A lot of confusion as to where people are going.
You know what? None of these activists, none of them are going to move these homeless people into their own homes. They say they care about them. They say
no. They ain't going to move them into their own neighborhood. Okay? Forget their home. They ain't going to move them to their own neighborhood. And you know it. Remember when they sent all them illegals out to where Kamala Harris lived, I think? Out there with them rich politicians. They sent them right back. They ain't going to let them set up shop nowhere like that. You know where they're going to put them? In the hood with black people, just like they sent all the illegals into the neighborhoods with, you know, the low income black people, the low income white people, any low income place they're gonna put them. And Americans have to deal with that. The taxpayers of that town have to deal with that. And then they overrun all the services and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. Nobody wants to live like that. And it's crazy. And the people that's fighting for this and arguing for this don't even live in these communities.
Nobody's going to help them, yet they're not moving these people into their basement. Nope, not doing it. But we've also got a massive crime problem going on here, specifically with quote-unquote young people. Look at this.
YNs. If you don't know what that is, look it up.
Mobs of people.
Heard about like the big gatherings of like, you know, all the youth. And them, you know, causing trouble.
I mean, it's groups, a lot of kids out together. Like, we be trying to enjoy our summer too and just go outside, have a good time. But then there is some youth who like, because there is gangs. Some people, some kids are part of certain gangs, and they might see like a different person they don't like, so they try to like go do something about it.
That's why one of the reasons 16-year-old Tristan Hedspeth says is leading to potential altercations between young people. And videos like this showing groups of young
ninjas, YNs, hood rats. That's who's doing it. But you can't say that because it would be politically incorrect. But black people, we know who's doing it, because they live there and they see it and they know. They know. We know what the problem is. That's why black people are like, thank you, President Trump, for coming and rescuing us from these people.
Young people running through Navy Yard, the Wharf, and other parts of D.C.
And that's when the drama start, and that cause problems. If the youth putting it out there that we are so bad and that we just cause so much drama, then that's what they're going to think.
The group says a lack of alternative activities is a contributing factor to the large.
It really does. It makes all the kids look bad, and every kid is going to be a target, even the good kids. And you have to thank these demon-ass kids and their demon-ass parents that raise their kids to act like this. Like, I don't even like my son to go to the mall because they bum rush the mall and they come, you know what I mean? And your kid get caught up in that crossfire, all that madness, and your kid could be injured or something out there. They don't know who's who. All they just see, a bunch of black kids are here, causing trouble. It's disgusting. They got to go. They got to go.
Gatherings.
Well, most of the stuff be for adults.
It's not stuff that everybody wants to do. Like, it's not.
So they're saying that there are a lack of alternative forms of entertainment for people, and that's why
I don't have nothing else better to do with my time. So let's go out and loot and fist fight and break things and mob them all and come on. These parents need to be accountable for their damn kids. Period. These kids need to be scared to go into the mall in a group acting like that.
Why they join gangs. They're wrong. People join gangs and commit crime because there is a lack of consequences for that type of behavior.
Okay,
but you can't blame these kids. They've been taught that consequences don't matter.
The 4 DC high schoolers shared their concerns since the onset of the youth curfew for those 17 and under.
I feel bad for them.
A decision that some in this group says didn't consider.
My daughter was in high school with them eyelashes on. I would snatch them off of her eyelashes. I'm telling you, who raises these kids? It's just diabolical what's happening.
Young people who make an effort to stay out of trouble.
When kids go out and then with the whole curfew thing, they just shut everything down, even when it's not a curfew.
Listen, Donald Trump is becoming the parent that these kids never had. Okay, you need a curfew. They're in high school or less. They need a curfew. Get your ass home at a reasonable time. My son knows he better be here before dark. Period. Unless I say so and I could pick him up. You know what I mean? And I have to pick him up. Otherwise, you better be making your way. I tell my son, you better look on that phone and see what time the sun is setting, and you better be coming in the house with that sunset. You understand? My son looks up the sunset and see what time it's going to be. I'm not playing. These kids' parents don't care. How the hell are kids in high school age or middle school age out till 12 at night and all of that and out hanging around on a weeknight and stuff like that? They need to hold these parents accountable. They really should be.
I feel like they take their power, like their
juvenile curfew
to a different level.
They're minding their business. They're having fun. They're with their own friends. They're not causing any problems.
The young people shared their issues with President Trump's plan to federalize DC police and mobilize the National Guard.
So now young people
and the
are experts.
Impact on their mental.
If young kids was doing what they were supposed to be doing, the feds wouldn't be involved in the first place. It's too many shootings, it's too many problems, and Black people have been complaining, and that is what Trump ran on, is that he would clean up these cities. Because he's from New York and he saw what was happening in New York. New York is coming. They're going to come and clean up New York too, because he ran on that too. So stop it. You are being gaslit and lied to if you really believe that there's not a problem. Black people will be the first to tell you that what it's like living with these people. And the people fighting for it are not even living in these communities. They're not even from any of these places.
Health. They say they've already started seeing more federal agents and officers on the street.
That's a good thing.
A lot of people are getting stopped, around the metro for acting suspicious. So people are always concerned about how they present.
Just their president is going to stop these kids from being out there causing problems and wreaking havoc all over the community. like it used to be. They need cops on the beat walking around and, patrolling like they used to. It's terrible. They need to protect these businesses and stuff like that.
To the outer world.
Well, just don't commit a crime in front of police, and the police aren't going to want to talk to you about anything. It's very simple.
From what I've seen, they're only putting more officers in security.
I tell my son too, don't be loitering with no group of kids and all that. If y'all go to the park, you play basketball, wherever, when you're done, you go home. You don't be loitering and hanging and being in these large packs of kids and all that stuff. I said, you didn't see what happened with the Central Park 5. Whenever it's a large group of people, something's bound to happen. Because you can't control what's happening when it's too many people or what's going to go on. And then you're all entangled in the melee. That's crazy. These kids are stupid. I don't know what kind of parents that they have that they're going to sit up there and be this stupid. The government wouldn't even have to get involved if the city was doing what they were supposed to do and protecting the citizens.
On the streets because of the youth that they feel like is causing trouble. And so then I feel like, oh, they're just going to see me.
They don't feel they're causing trouble. They actually are causing trouble. That is why the feds are there. That is why the people of the community are tight and saying that they thank God that the feds are coming to help them because they're tired of living around these wild demons.
It's just another young black kid who may be trying to cause trouble.
No, that's not it. We just saw somebody get arrested for causing all kinds of trouble.
Exactly. They really are causing trouble. And the citizens, the black citizens of his community are saying it too. So who's telling him that?
And they were the only ones getting arrested in one particular part of town. So you have to commit a crime to end yourself up in the back of a police car. That's how this works. And you know what? For the first time in a long time, people are finally ending up in the back of police cars in a city that has failed to have any consequences for lawless behavior and has allowed itself to just implode to new low levels. And now we're way down here. And this is the capital of America. This is a national embarrassment. And it's sad. But hey, this is where progressive policies took this city. This is where they're taking other cities right now. What do you think? Cities in New York? Cities in California? Are these cities going to be next for this type of crackdown? Yep. Should they be next?
Yes,
and what's going to happen after 30 days in D.C.? Do you think all the criminals are going to come back? Let me know.
Yep.
See you in the next video.
Back. They'll be right back. They will be right back. Unless the city, once they clean them out, the city maintains keeping them out. And you keep these woke leaders from ruling and let the people live in peace. That's what you do. It's crazy. Look, I'm going to show you some more black people that is over it. Black people, black people ain't trying to hear this crap. People are paying their damn money to live somewhere. And then you got to have these damn fools, messing up everything for everybody, making everybody's kid a target because they dumbasses are out here doing the most. I saw a video on was it Facebook or TikTok, one or the other, and ironically, I got banned on TikTok because I have even no idea why. I just think because of my conservative values, but on Facebook, one or the other, YouTube, whatever. And all of them have flagged me or shadow banned me at some time. But I'm watching a video of some boys holding a boy up in a bathtub with a gun to his head. This is what they're doing. That's somebody's child. I don't know if he survived the attack or not, but these are the things they're doing. Running up in people's houses, fist fighting in groups and groups attacking people on the street. They have got to go. They have got to go. This is crazy. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is Anthony Brian Logan. I like to watch him. He's a black conservative, and I like him because most black people, I'm telling you, and I'm going to tell y'all this over and freaking over. Most black people have conservative values for the most part. If you look at the liberal narratives and you look at the liberal agenda, we are not aligned with it. We're just not aligned with it spiritually. Culturally, we're just not. And you're being bamboozled and hoodwinked into thinking that somehow it's working for you. And it's not. Look at these communities. Let's listen to this. This is a hot mess.
Why is it from Denver, Colorado, saying DC's not that bad and Trump is just trying to be a dictator? Gang, DC is like Gotham City.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Black DC residents destroying the liberal narrative that Trump is a dictator.
They are totally destroying it because Black people in every woke city are saying the same thing. The people in Chicago, the people in California, everywhere. They are saying the same thing. The crime is off the hook. The business owners are complaining. The residents are complaining. It's too much.
And the racist for his federal takeover of the Washington, D.C. Police Department. Now, this is a very important video for me to make. First of all, if y'all don't know, I'm born in Charleston, West Virginia, grew up Virginia Beach, Norfolk. I got a lot of family in D.C., inside the actual city, like off of Bendon Road. Okay, I got family in D.C., around D.C., Cap Heights, PG County, Waldorf, Bowie, Eastern Shore, all around the whole DMV and inside the city. I've been going there for my entire life. All of my 40 years, I've been going to DC quite a bit. So I know a lot about the city. And what I'm seeing from people is ignorance. They don't know what's happening in DC. They don't understand.
Because they're just watching the news. They're watching the liberal media news. They're watching Democrat sponsored, pharmaceutical company sponsored media. And they're getting a bullshit story that's just not true. It's like a war zone in a lot of these communities, and the people are begging for help. And Donald Trump ran on doing exactly what he's doing and try to clean up these areas in these cities. And the people, they're getting what they voted for.
The real issues. Furthermore, they don't understand that a crackdown on crime is going to help Black people more than anybody else. So why is that a bad thing? Before I go any further, I'm going to show you.
Like deporting the illegal aliens is going to help Black people more than anybody, because that's where they put them, right in the Black communities, right in any low income community that they can find to put them in. And then the schools are full, and the people that are in the community, they can't get their kids in a certain school. I seen a lady, she was distraught because she couldn't even get her daughter and her two kids together in the same school because they had filled it up with migrant kids. She was pissed. You know, it's just crazy what they're doing. And people, you want to have more years of this?
You NBC News' narrative. They're going to try to spin this whole racist thing, but even they were having a hard time doing that. After we watch this, I got a few more clips from DC residents who tell you exactly what's going on. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
I see too much violent crime being committed by young punks who think that they can get together in gangs and crews and beat the hell out of you or anyone else.
They don't go around in gangs and stuff like that. Like, they go around with their friends to have fun, to go out and be with each other, not to beat people up.
But they are.
If people are beating people up and they do it in an organized fashion, meaning they're always together, it's always the same people, that's called a gang.
The youth, they don't purposely try to cause trouble.
I feel like I wanted to be safe as far as
these are the same dizzy kids that we saw in the other video. This is crazy. I don't know where they got these kids from.
Everybody, not just for certain people.
Earlier this summer, DC's City Council passed legislation to enact a juvenile curfew after incidents involving large crowds of young people near the wharf, Navy Yard, and other parts of the city.
Nothing wrong with a curfew.
Pause. So was that Trump doing that, or was that DC's council that did that? Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
But you see how liberal media be lying. Everything they blame on Donald Trump. It doesn't even matter. And then their viewers believe that. Anything they're told, they believe it. You know, and you know, he's one person. Y'all, they give him so much power. Like he's responsible for everything. Oh, it rained today. It's Trump's fault. Whatever. It's just crazy. It's just the dumbest mentality I've ever seen in my life.
We sat down with Christopher, Tristan, Lamont, and Blessing, all DC high schoolers and a part of the Community Action Group.
I'm gonna skip them talking because we saw them already. Let's skip a little bit past them because I can't listen to these dizzy ass kids. Their parents, like, who are these kids' parents? It's ridiculous.
In the video talking about what's happening in DC. All right, let's keep on going.
I don't understand it, and I don't think I ever will. Why the is people that's not from the city saying DC's not that bad? Why is it from Denver, Colorado saying DC's not that bad and Trump is just trying to be a dictator?
That's the point. The people that's saying that these cities are okay and there's no crime, they're lying. Their statistics are fake. And the people that live there are telling you what it is.
Gang, DC is like Gotham City, bruh. Like, y'all do not know. Y'all out of towners, Mo. Mind y'all business, bruh. 4 infants got killed in a month. This shoot is every day. Contact is every day. The city is wild right now, bruh. And it might say it's the lowest it's ever been. That's because this is not getting caught.
That's so it. Because they're not being.
Y'all don't even know, bro.
That's the point.
I'm glad.
The reason why is they're trying to say that the crime rates are down is because nobody's getting locked up. Everybody's getting let out on their own recognizance and stuff like that. Oh, if you still under this certain amount, you're not going to be, prosecuted. You can leave and all. That's why. It's these liberal run cities, laws and policies that they created. That's why. But the crime is worse than it's ever been.
Covering from getting shot in DC, gang. So for y'all out of towners to be like DC's not that bad and don't need to be done, y'all don't know, bro. Like, for real, y'all don't know, bro. What Donald Trump is doing right now, getting the homeless off the street and putting all these law enforcement people in throughout DC, that shit needs to be done. Good. I'm tired of
a long time.
Gotham City, gang. I'm tired of it, bro. I'm trying to go to U Street and not have to worry about running.
What did he say? He's tired of ninjas. Black people and ninjas are two different things. Black people do not want to live with the ninjas, just like white people don't want to live with them or anybody else on this earth, okay? They are a small population. They are a small group of the population that's ruining for everybody, and we would like to see them go so we can live at peace in our communities and be safe in our communities and have businesses thrive in our communities.
Bullets, bro. I'm sick of that shit, gang.
There we go. Exactly. See, this is what I'm talking about. This right here is a more realistic view of what's happening in the city. Mm-hmm. And of the people's response to what Trump is doing. But I got more. Okay, I got more. Let's watch this.
Finally able to chill at a red light with my window down, not worried about if one of them young niggas is coming. Riding through the city, feeling more safe than I ever felt.
That's a great feeling.
I really just be trolling. But no funny. It has been quiet as like for 2 days. That's good. I don't need to be taking nobody loved ones and babies and all that. I need to be doing all that.
Exactly. So she's saying, look, it's been quiet for 2 days. It's good. I don't got to worry about the YNs running up on me at the light, acting the fool, terrorizing me. I'm living. I'm chilling. I'm doing good. Okay, we got one more.
Man, down the city is quiet as a church motion. I came all the way down Pennsylvania Avenue this morning. So peaceful, yeah.
Now, this is the thing. They let these people run amok for years. And in 2 days, the Trump administration got it quiet where the people feel safe and happy in DC. And y'all want more years, these people. Y'all want to support these people. Make it make sense. We have to wake up so we can have strong communities because, listen, only a damn fool will want these people running amok around their community.
I don't smell no weed, young. I don't see no homeless people. I mean, I came all the way through the southeast side, all the way down here. You see now I'm at the White House, jump, man. It's quiet, yeah. It's a shame that it takes somebody to have to sit in your classroom in order for you to be in order, yeah. Because that's what it feels like, yeah. You gotta be babysitter to do your job, yeah. Stuff been out of control for years. You gotta do better, yeah. You gotta do better, yeah. And mainly, young, you got the problems. It's us, man. It's always us giving everybody a bad name, yeah.
He's saying the
We'll
truth.
see how long this lasts, yeah. How many murders was it last night? How many carjackings was it last night? Talk to me. And y'all keep on posting all these data numbers and things of that nature that y'all see everybody else reposting.
Oh, crime is down. Crime is down. Look at these numbers. Okay, well, I just saw 15 carjackings the other day. I just saw a bunch of little kids get killed the other day. So the numbers don't really matter when I see what's happening with my own two eyes. And I could tell by his accent, he's been there. He's a DC native.
They said the same thing about New York, but I saw with my own two eyes how it went downhill fast. And I got the heck up out of there, and it's still going down, you know. And I love New York. I hope they come and do the same thing in New York and clean it up and get that infrastructure better, get the subways better, the trains, everything, and bring it up modern. Cities that don't have as much money as New York in other countries and stuff look way better. It's crazy. And in New York, it's so expensive to have an infrastructure like how it is. It's so corrupt there. And all of these sanctuary cities and these woke liberal cities are like this. Who wants to live like this? Those people in DC are overjoyed that they came in there, and in 2 days it calmed down a lot.
So he has seen the ebbs and flows of crime just being out there living as a resident. And he can see that it's not good. Despite what you try to tell him, he can see that it's not good.
The stuff that came from the Metropolitan Police Department and the mayor, yeah. Let me tell you something, yeah. Let me tell you something. You can't be that stupid. You can't be, man.
No, they're that stupid.
Who enters that information to get that data analysis, young? People do. You can enter whatever numbers you want to make whatever report show what, but you can't hide the crime, young. You can't do it. Let me give you something to break it down to you for those that don't understand. I retired from UPS, right? So what they used to do to play with the numbers or whatever, we have mission packages. You'll have drivers over the hours. They go in and enter the information, and the report would show whatever they needed to show to keep their bonus that week for their bosses not to fire their ass. So stop believing that stuff. And I don't know if you ever had to deal with the DC government, young, but they suck, young. They have got a lot more better now that the officers have did what they had to do and got all of these people out of the government and got rid of the riffraff and things of that nature. People actually do work now. Let me take.
After they did all them government cuts, he's saying that it's running more efficiently. That's why it was called the Department of Efficiency or whatever it was called. Department of Government Efficiency. You understand? So, you know, they cut off the fat and, you know, it runs better.
Give you this for example, right? You got carry and conceals or whatever that were being issued by the DC separate department that was handling the gun license and the things of that nature. They went from turnaround time for like 4 months, 5 months for you to have to get a gun registered in DC and get a carry and conceal to 2 weeks. It used to take you 3 months just to get an appointment.
Forget about it. In New York, I couldn't even get it. It took years of me trying to get it. When I moved to New Jersey, I got it in a couple of weeks. You know, these high crime and my county is not even a really crime-ridden place. You know, but in New York, the criminals got weapons. It's dangerous as hell. And you can't even get a legal firearm in a place where you need it, like some of these cities. It's crazy. It's crazy.
to talk to somebody and take your information and your gun down there. Now, you go online right now and they got appointments available tomorrow. How does that happen? What changed? You put some fire under their asses and now they want to do some work.
Yep, they're just inefficient.
There it is. There it is. So we got the info straight from DC residents, Black DC residents, because again, the narrative is that Trump hates Black people. He's trying to harass Black people, all this, that, and the third, when in reality, the things that Trump is doing and the things that Trump has done throughout the
Democrat rule has always been a detriment to Black people since slavery time. They have just been the worst. Study. They have just been the worst. And then Black people be like, oh, well, today is different now. And woo-de-woo and all of that. And woo, they, you know, they're not the same people. And Republicans are bad too. No. There's crooked people in every party. There's crooked people in every religion. There's crooked people in every race. We know that. But overall, as a whole, the Democratic Party has always been against us. They're the ones that killed all our leaders and all of that. They're never with us on anything. It appears that they are, but really they are destroying the community like they have always done from the beginning. They just found a more sneakier way where dumb people can't really see it. I mean, come on.
The entire presidency, the 2016 and right now, 2025, the things that he has done and the things that he is doing help us, Black people. That's just a fact. Anybody want to say anything different, in my humble opinion, you're not living in reality. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about what President Trump is doing with Washington, D.C.? Is it needed? Is it not needed? Is it racist? Is it not racist? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. What he's doing is 100% needed. It's not racist, especially since what he's doing is going to help Black people who are 43% of the population in DC more than anybody else. It makes no sense. You can't sit there and tell me this is racist when it's going to help us more than anybody. Make it make sense. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe.
I like Anthony Brian Logan. So, yeah, I like his channel. He's on like every day. Like I say, I always come on here to show you other people that look like us that are not subscribing to the liberal, crazy, woke, whatever it is, globalist, satanic, Zionist agenda. I mean, give me a freaking break. Here's some more Black people that's on here. Like, are you freaking kidding me? We're so overjoyed that they came here. Like, can they stay forever? Can they stay forever and keep and protect us from these YNs and demons that overrun the city, please? Can they please stay forever? This is Cartier family. I love these boys. There's only 3 on here today, but there's 4 of them. I like them because they're a young perspective of all college educated men, because I know y'all care about that. Hi, S. How you doing? He says you're gorgeous and intelligent. Thank you so very much. I'm just trying to enlighten, with, like-minded people. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming in. I like the Cartier family because I love they all have such diverse backgrounds and opinions and stuff like that and personalities. And I just want to show y'all a perspective of young men, because and like I said, most of the time, the people that I show you on here are mostly men, because I like the perspective of a man. Because a lot of you never hear real men talk about anything. And there's a huge difference between a liberal man and a conservative man, or a man that has discernment. So let's listen to what these young men had to say.
of the norm. It's actually pretty scary that these teenagers own guns.
The robbery
Yes,
of
it is.
39-year-old Brian Smith found
And
on
a citizen, they'll take you through hell and high water to get a registered firearm. You're doing the right thing, exercising your Second Amendment right, and they're going to take you through all kinds of bullshit. In New York, I got so frustrated over the years, I just never did get it. And then I moved to New Jersey, and just like that, it was so easy that it was shocking to me that I got it that fast. You have a right to protect yourself. Look at these people.
Conscious here on T Street, just off of the busy U Street corridor around 5 a.m. He died November 7th.
2 teen boys charged for a series of robberies, but there's no crime, and they don't want to do anything about it. They want to let them back out on the street to keep committing more crimes. This is how the liberal cities, that's how they work.
These people here in DC, all these mothers, children been killed in the streets by juveniles.
The 5 girls who attacked Reggie Brown were all tried and found responsible as juveniles. Currently
Can you
under
imagine some demonic ass kids attack an old person like that? And you mean to tell me they shouldn't be tried as adults and sit their ass down somewhere and think about what they've done and get their damn life together?
DC law, juvenile offenders can only be held until they're 21, so the girls will all get out within the next few years.
We are told the victim had just withdrawn money from an ATM when a driver ran over him and killed him.
Video obtained by News 4 then shows the SUV driving a short distance up 12th Street.
Nah, bro. They really just treated life like actual GTA server.
And we're mad that people are being stopped and frisked on the streets. And you have this type of crime in your city.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. And guess what, guys? I'm all for it too.
Yeah, bro.
I'm all
this
for
is pretty
it.
bad, bro.
I'm sorry.
Okay, do y'all understand that I showed you every age group of Black people, men, women, young men, and they're all like, thank you, Donald Trump, for coming in and cleaning up our cities because they are doing too much. And we don't want to live with them either. Black people are the ones that suffer from all of these gangs and, migrant gangs, the Black gangs and just the looters and the crime. The crime is crazy because they know that nothing's going to happen. And a lot of these young kids are committing the crimes because what did they just tell you? They're going to get out by 21. They don't care. And you probably have some older person leading them into that, you can make money and you won't really get in trouble. You're a minor. They're only going to keep you this long or whatever. You understand? And these kids' brains aren't even developed. You're like in your 20s when your brain is fully developed. They're being preyed upon, but that's no excuse because you know right from wrong. Unless you're retarded, you know right from wrong. So they should be locked up. You understand? And I think that they should show a level of getting their college degrees in there while they're in there till they're 21, getting their GEDs and doing what they got to do to be upstanding when they come out. Not just sitting in there wasting their time getting in another gang in prison and causing problems in there. This is crazy. Something has to be done. It needs to be an intervention. This is crazy. Who wants these people around in their neighborhood?
Yeah, you gotta get on their ass.
DC
bro.
is always top 5 in violence, so I'm gonna just leave it at that.
This is the nation's capital.
We're not even.
This is where the White House is.
We're not even talking about Birmingham, Louisiana, Oakland. Brother, it's numerous of cities we could keep naming. Jacksonville,
Memphis.
Memphis, Africa, brother. We could go on and on and on and on.
This shit is bad, bro.
This is one spot.
This is horrible, man.
This is horrible.
Remember, Chicago had 100 and something murders in one weekend, and you want those people to live in your city. You want liberals fighting to keep those people out of jail and to keep them around, living around you and your kids. Y'all are crazy. Crazy is not even a word for it. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what you call people that will fight for that.
Horrible.
Wow.
Like, this is real
Hey,
life,
man.
like on some GTA video games, bro. This is like, they look at life as video games, bro.
Or, I mean, they're just not smart, bro. I'm sorry to say it, man. 80% of them aren't bright.
Yeah, they ain't smart at all.
Because I mean, man,
it's more crazy to really think like, why would you do all these heinous crimes knowing that there's cameras everywhere nowadays? You're going
because they don't care, bro. They know that there's no punishment for their actions.
Right. What they say, if you're a minor, you're going to get out at 21. And I don't know, should they start trying some of these kids as adults? Would that make it where they might see, that maybe it's not a good idea to commit these crimes if they get tried as adults? I mean, that's crazy.
Literal animal behavior.
This is horrible.
This is like a monkey coming from the jungle and just placing him. He in society and he just aping it up, brother.
Wow,
that's literally like that because you don't want to follow. You don't want to be a regular citizen.
Yeah.
If the rules do not pertain to you, you're not human. You're an animal.
Like, this is crazy, bro. This is actually sickening, bro, to see this. This is, to me, they're just demonic.
What's your badge number? What's your badge?
It's very demonic. It's very demonic. And a lot of it comes from the music, the food, no parenting. It's a multitude of things. But I think, like the young man saying, that it mostly leans more to being demonic and being on a very low frequency, these kids. And their frequency can be elevated. I mean, it's a problem. There's so many of them out there like this, and it's horrifying. It's really scary. These boys out here, beating up girls because they don't want to talk to them and stuff like that. Stalking girls and beating them up because they don't want to give them their phone number, and robbing people and carjacking and running up in people's house and all this stuff. I mean, it's really bad.
Brother.
It's crazy.
And found responsible as juveniles. Currently under DC law, juvenile offenders can only be held until they're 21. So the girls will all get out within the next few years.
We are told the victim had just withdrawn money from an ATM when a driver ran over him and killed him.
Video obtained by News 4 then shows the SUV driving a short distance up 12th Street before the driver turns on the four-way flashers and at least two people get out of the car. Police believe they went through the man's pockets.
The car involved may be connected to two robberies that happened about an hour before the crash.
Just yesterday, News 4 reported on 3 D.C. residents who were arrested and charged, accused of stealing over $250,000 from ATMs across the DMV. The fact that we're dealing with another ATM robbery, a burglary, less than 24 hours after the...
And then you wonder why your neighborhood is a food desert and why there's no good stores there, because of the people like this in the community that make it where no one wants to put a store there. How dumb do you have to be to want to be a part of this liberal agenda? Like I say, they try to make it seem like they're for you, and y'all thinking that they're doing something for you, but really they're destroying the community. Because they figure, oh, they're so dumb. We'll get them to vote for us. We'll throw them a bone and we'll talk to them and we'll act ghetto to them like Jasmine Crockett and tell them do anything and they'll vote for us and we'll do nothing for them. And we'll destroy the community so that we can put them on a universal income and be done with them forever and just rule forever. But then they saw Black people woke up. So then that's why they had to let in tens of millions of illegals and try to get them the right to vote, because they will never get in power again, because now that they deaded the illegals from voting and getting citizenship here, they don't have anybody to vote for them. They have a 17% approval rating and it's over. It's done. I don't think Democrats will be in power again for decades, maybe never again. Especially if everybody's quality of life gets better over the years not having them, they'll never be back. And I would be overjoyed for that, for my son's future.
Announcement of that arrest gives you an idea of just how serious of an issue this is.
One suspect crawling through a broken door before another follows suit. Seconds later, one thief can be seen with 2 armfuls of clothes.
Now, if the store owner came out the back and just shot them all, then everybody be like, oh, they shot them, woo-woo, and all of that. You understand? But look what they're doing. And y'all don't want to do nothing about this. Look at these guys' faces. I mean, come on. Everybody's sick of this shit. Everybody's sick of this shit, except for the people that rule the city that don't have to deal with it and don't live in those communities, and a bunch of white people that don't have to deal with it because they don't live there either. And they have their own agenda of why they want these people in office that don't have nothing to do with us. That's the reality of what y'all, aligning with. I'm sorry. That's just what it is.
Before doubling back to grab more and head for the exit. Investigators say the thieves were able to get away with $50,000 worth of merchandise.
Police say these 3 suspects armed with handguns approached 3 people getting into a car, took their wallets and purses, and got away in a gray sedan. 6:30 a.m. near 3rd and K Street Northeast. Police say they tried to rob another victim, failed to get anything, and took off. 6:55 a.m., 1300 East Capitol Street.
They're just going around the city just robbing people left and right all over. And the migrants was doing it in New York too, snatching cell phones, sticking people up and all of that, coming in people's houses. I mean, come on. Why would you want to live like this? Why would you want to have the people that caused this problem to continue to be in office because somebody told you not to like Republicans and not to like Donald Trump or whatever? Most of y'all can't even think of a logical reason why you don't like this administration, except for what you've heard on liberal media. Because I ask people all the time, and they'll give me some lame answer, and they really don't. I just don't like him. I don't like his energy. I don't like him. He's a racist. Well, why is he a racist? I don't know. I just don't like him. He's a criminal. He's a rape. Okay. Well, is there any chance that they could have just been, just attacking him, just to get in the way of him getting in office and trying to, sway the public opinion? People don't think like that. But Black people did, because they know how the Democrats and how this government has worked against them, and they saw them use it against him, and they recognized it. A weaponized justice system. Nobody knows that better than Black folks. So give me a break. Give me a break. Stop listening to these people. Go out in the community and talk to people. That's what I do. I talk to a lot of people. That's how I form my opinions. I don't trust what they tell me on the news. I don't trust what they tell me on any news, because I know that they're all funded by the same people. I don't give a damn if it's CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, or any of them. They're all controlled and owned by the same people. You have to go out and look at independent media, do the research, get on independent search engines outside of Google and all of that, because Google is also a leftist, globalist search engine, and they're going to block certain narratives from getting to you, or you'll have to go so deep on there to find information. Just use a private search engine. You got to go down the rabbit holes and find the true information. Seriously, because you're going to be talking about misinformation. The only people that give misinformation is the mainstream news. They're the ones that's lying to you. I don't care what nobody say. Most of y'all didn't even follow Trump's campaign because y'all were so busy being mad because they told you to, that you didn't follow the campaign. But those of us that followed the campaign knows what he ran on. And we were like, oh, shit, that would be great to not have chemicals in food, and not to have forced vaccines, and not to have illegals bombard our community, and, all of that. Oh, I would love to have a pardon czar to go check on people that are wrongfully accused in prison and get them pardoned. I would love to see more jobs come to America. I would love to see, more tariffs and less taxes on Americans. I would love to see no tax on overtime. Like, everything that they said, it resonated. And now it's really resonating because they're actually doing what they said. Are they perfect? No. But he's only been in there not even a year. Ask me that question at the end of 4 years. We'll watch this for a couple more seconds.
They pulled guns on 2 victims and took their phones. 2 more people of interest came into the picture when they used credit cards from the robberies to buy items. Police report that these 2 people here used credit cards stolen during the rampage to buy things not long after.
Dummies.
Man, these niggas don't make me call the police.
You know?
And I ain't sparing nothing.
Oh, I'm not either.
I'm not sparing nothing.
I'm pulling up hand on the gun.
I might try being there, chef.
But you hear what he said? He said these YNs make him want to become the police. You see that? Because people are tired. They're tired. And that may be what it takes, is to have people like that out in the community. And the more that the feds are policing them, like they said, it's been great. The people are happy that they can go out at night and rob with their windows down and have peace, and nobody got shot in the community for 2 days. So whatever narrative that they're telling you is a lie, because the people that are living there are saying something completely different. Why y'all trust these people is beyond me. All of these black conservative people I show you have much bigger followings than any of these liberal people are. Democrats have a 17% approval rating, and half of the country agrees and feels that so far everything is better off than it was before. So a lot of people that didn't even vote for this administration are happy with a lot of the policies and a lot of the things they're doing, especially RFK, especially the border. So give me a break. Really sit down and have discernment. Ask yourself what you're mad for, because y'all don't freaking know.
I'm pulling up. Let me see your hands.
You know what?
Let me ask you some questions, and everything gonna be okay.
I got the inside. I'm gonna put up about 20 photos of outfits. If you got any of this shit on, go get them.
He said outfits.
I'm going off the outfits.
He's talking about these are the outfits you need to profile. That's literally what he's saying.
See, if he got some good shoes, tell a lot.
Shoes
tell a lot. I'm pulling up the shoes. If you got them shoes, go get them.
Michael Jordan tennis shoes.
If he ain't got no collar on, go get him.
Without the collar.
Without the collar, go and get him.
That's crazy.
Wow, man. You know, hey, man, and people are like, they're saying this shit's sad. Like, they're really upset, but y'all just seen what we just watched.
All right. It says they treat people for recording. Let me see. What did they do to the man?
Stop it. The man was antagonizing him, bro. Then you think you can look?
He made something.
You can't like pull up on no officer. You understand? And God only knows what he was saying. I don't know if he was saying something threatening or whatever the case may be. But if you're not, like I tell my son, when you see a big group like this, leave. Go home. Get far away from these people as possible so you are not implicated in the bullshit with them.
All right, that's a little excessive.
It's their time. It ain't nothing to say. We just watched. Hey, brother.
We just watched.
Did y'all see what we just watched?
Dude just died.
Yes, we did see that. But is all that necessary for someone recording? Yes. I don't think so.
Yeah, it is.
We don't know, but we don't know what he said, if he made a threat or what he was doing. He's walking up on an officer. You understand? They don't know if he has a weapon or whatever the case may be. Why would you antagonize like that? That's the point that I'm trying to make here. You know what I mean? That escalated. He didn't have to, because he could have mind his business and go home. He didn't have to be, loitering with a bunch of dudes in white t-shirts, hanging out in thick on the street. You know what I mean? I always tell my son, whatever the group is doing, do the opposite. Because that's how you get effed up. And for some reason, he wants to be out there accosting the cops and arguing with the cops instead of just, okay, I'm going to go home now. I don't want no problems and leave it. It's crazy to me. This is crazy. And then they're gonna say, "Oh, look what they're doing," or whatever. My son would have went home. My son wouldn't even have been in that crowd, because once that crowd starts getting too big, I tell him to go home, because nothing good happens when it's like that. As we see over and over and over again.
We don't know
this is excessive, but
this
this
is what
is
he did before this.
this is out of context. I don't know
Exactly.
what he did. You're right.
We don't know what transpired, what words. We don't know what the cops walked in on. If they, there's a lot of police there, so they're being dispatched there for something. And the police are probably scared too, because they know that these YNs are crash out all the time, and they're armed and stuff like that. So they don't know what they're facing, So I know a lot of these officers probably be scared too. So I feel like these kids need to have common sense too, and not even put themselves in these predicaments.
But based on what I'm seeing, it is a bit excessive.
Look, they already have someone in cuffs.
They have two people in cuffs.
So yeah, don't come
if you look at when they tackle them, there's another person in cuffs. Let it play. Look.
Oh, let's get another one.
Let it play. Look. Another dude in cuffs right there. Another dude in cuffs.
I would love to know what he said to that officer.
Don't spray him. Don't spray him. Don't spray him.
They're going to spray him, or they're going to take
a little excessive.
What the fuck? What the?
Is that a white guy getting it?
Oh, everybody getting it. They ain't playing with nobody.
No, start the video over. Oh yeah, nobody's exempt.
Okay.
Goodness.
They can't say racism because they tackled the white guy too. So what they gonna say about that?
A dude that threw a Subway sandwich at the cop and got arrested, and he turned out to be a DOJ employee.
Wow.
White liberals out there protesting.
Oh, they're really showing them. Y'all see the video of the dude throw a Subway sandwich at him? At the cop.
Saw that earlier.
He got arrested.
This video's a little long, so we're not going to watch the whole video. But I would definitely say watch Cartier Family on your own time, because I love those young men and they make me laugh. It's just, and they can be serious too. I like their perspective, and like I said, it's 4 young men. I love watching that. Every time I see one of their videos, I always end up watching it, and I really enjoy it every time. They're just a fun perspective to have. And they have a huge following, and they even have some good products that they promote and stuff on there. Some good advertisers that they have, some natural resources and stuff like that, and things that you could use. And so I mean, it's positive. You understand? It's positive. So I'm telling y'all, just go out there and try to see the other side of life, and stop just listening to what you're told, and just really have discernment. And go down the rabbit holes and find out for yourself the information and the truth. And if you guys haven't learned from COVID that the conspiracy theorist, the crazy tinfoil hat person is usually batting 100 with the theories. Okay? So listen, RFK banned mRNA vaccines because he said they cause more harm than good. Well, the conspiracy theorists said that day one, and that pharma was lying and people were dying and being messed up from the vaccines. We knew that before they even rolled them out, because whistleblowers been told on them. But y'all don't listen. You just I don't know why you trust the Democratic media. Why do you trust them? Especially after COVID and all the lies they told. The fact that anybody still watches it at all is beyond me. And if it has, how people are just not furious that they fell for that, and they took you through vaccines and mandates and homeschool and all that mess for nothing. Because the shots didn't even stop transmission, and they caused lots of harm too. And y'all still doing it. I thought people would wake up after COVID, but y'all still doing it. People are still out here. Donald Trump. Donald Trump is one person, and y'all giving him all the power in the universe. He can't be responsible for all this shit. He only been in office for a little while. Even with the 4 years that he had before, we didn't, he didn't really have too many issues. So make it make sense. It's only 4 years. If he's that bad, then everybody will see it and Democrats will get back in office. But I think that they know that that won't be the case. Okay? Look at your community and Black people, if you're being honest, we know what the problem is. We know what the problems are in our communities. We complain about it all the time, but we don't ever have no solution to the damn problem. So then you can't be mad when the feds come in there and start locking people up for doing too much. So I got to go. So I had to pick up my child. And as always, I love coming on here. I thought this was going to be a short video and this ran longer than ever. But I just want this to be out there because this is absurd. Okay? We have to be able to call the people in our community out that's not doing right and ruining our freaking lives. And making it unsafe for our children because now they're going to be looking at everybody's kid. And you can thank the YNs and the hood rats and the demons and ratchets or whatever you want to call them. That is their fault. And their parents' fault. Their parents should be locked up right with them. If you raise an animal like that. I love you. This means I love you in sign language. And I do if you sat through this with me at any point through this broadcast. I appreciate you very much. And I love you very much for watching. Please elevate your frequency, okay? If you are supporting more illegals, more YNs in the community, tearing up shit, and you're supporting all this dumb woke policies and sanctuary cities and all these things that's destroying your own community, you really need to pray for discernment. And with that, I'm going to go. I am Shelly B. Thank you for watching me. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm tired of telling y'all, subscribe to the channel, please. Look, subscribe to the channel, please. It doesn't take anything to do it. Just click the subscribe button, and that's it. Okay? Share the videos. If it resonates with you, like it, leave a comment. You know what to do. Okay? I would really appreciate it if you do it. I would be very grateful and humbled if you would do so. Okay, so I'm going to go. I am Shelly B. I'm leaving. Have a lovely weekend. I don't know if I'm going to be back this weekend because it's my baby's birthday weekend. And I don't know if I'm going to come on here this weekend. Probably not. So I'll see y'all next week. Thank you for being with me, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great weekend.